And we are live at the rinks for the final game before Thanksgiving Day on the south side between the Kings Park Commack Knights and St. Anthony's Black. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jack Ziskin. I will be taking you through the call on the LI Sports Network. Grayson Ebley, will be in between the pipes for Kings Park Commack. We're just waiting to see what the Friars roster is entered in as on game sheets. We'll have the starter for you momentarily. I will be calling this game remotely from Tennessee, so until something's on my monitor, I don't see it. My apologies to those of you at home. Face-off is controlled by KPC, and we're underway. KPC 5-4 entering today as that one is sent in on net. You get a whistle on the stoppage. The Friars with Brandon Husber between the pipes here tonight. Face-off is won back by KPC and fired around the wall. Friars get it up and out of the zone. The outside, that shot was deflected. St. Anthony's JV Black sitting at 8-1 on the season. That was Savalos who entered that time. Andrew, his older brother Daniel, played for the varsity team. Daniel Munch had at that time. Friars forced to reset. Lead pass, Friars enter. Ahead, dangling, shooting, scoring. That didn't take long. Ty Schmeichus, just 51 seconds into the game, he has his second goal. He'll lead the line for the Friars, and it's 1-0. We're still waiting for we got the goal for Ty Schmeichus, assisted by Andrew Savalos. The roster is now in for the Friars, so also that as that face-off is tied up and eventually won by St. Anthony's. That one went out of play. Take a look now at the standing. St. Anthony sitting in second right now, and as they win the draw, they'll push up ice, looking to double their lead. Collision along the wall. Friars maintain possession, looking to circle the net of Ebley. Knights get the zone exit. Here comes Patrick Darby. Spun away from pressure and pass is made to the slot. A shot that's stopped by Ebley. Puck is loose. Darby shooting. That one's kicked out. Rebound is free. Picked up by Landman. He left it behind. Had to rescue it. Darby picks it off. Friars now resetting. Joseph Cummings moved it along. Friars had it, lost it, got it back. Darby ahead. Makes a couple nice moves. Chips that one in on his backhand. Friars, led by head coach Keith Rance, Jay Schefter, Mark Sandback, and Stephen Fritz on the bench. On the other side, Robert Coco and Frank Paratori for KPC. That shot from the outside is kicked out. Picked up by Palladino. Moved up along the wall. Aiden Poppy. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Friars now forced to reset. Friars enter 2-on-2. That shot is blocked. Big time play, but unable to clear it out. That was Bamonte who made that play. Now trying to whip it around the wall. DeFeo can't get to it. Under pressure, Friars now with possession yet again. Leno tied up. Friars going to recover. Again, it's Leno under pressure from Bamonte. The pass comes all the way out of the zone. It's essentially a self, or looked like it was going to be Leno ends up being sent all the way down by, I think there's a lot of people who are having the same question as I am, as it looked like that was sent all the way down initially by the Friars. I was mistaken. My apologies. Cole will be icing. Face-off will be to the left of Ebley. In the circle is Liam Healy. He wins it back to the point. Munch steps into one. That shot was off target, but went off the boot of a defender, was stopped by Ebley. That was the skate of Michael Coyle that time. So fortunate that it hit the pad of Ebley and get a stoppage. So it'll be deja vu all over again. Healy in the circle. This time it's won by the Knights, but it's held in by Munch, who chipped it in, and that pass towards the weak side. Nobody there for the Friars. Still fighting for it, but unable to keep it in. And now here comes KPC. Dropped off by, looks like that was Geekus, but unable to connect that time. And now Friars heading the other way. Foot race. Getting away from pressure, but it's thrown away. Friars narrowly evade, holding the zone. Chipped in. Lawler will chase. Knights recovered. DeFeo. Here he comes. Cutting to the outside. Looking to cut back in. Forehand. Backhand. Doesn't like the shot he sees. To Coyle. Loses it. Friars have a chance now. Poking it ahead. 2-on-1 developing. Back check is there. Toe drag. Lost it. Knights. Key stop. And we get a whistle on the stoppage. To the box goes Timothy Cecilia. KPC to the penalty kill. 10:37 remaining here at the rinks in Hauppauge. My amazing producer, Wally Mitchell. My name is Jack Ziskin, bringing you all the action from the rinks here tonight. Final game on the docket before we all start focusing on Thanksgiving. Dancing in Darby. On the backhand, that shot turned aside by Ebley. Thrown up, but not out of the zone. It's a turnover. Friars to the slot. Darby again fires that one off the end boards as well. Pinching in to hold it. Anthony Aspromonte, the younger brother of James Aspromonte. Now Aspromonte again. That shot blocked. Rebound is loose. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Heads all the way down. 125 remaining on this kill. Friars looking to press here. They enter. Ahead for Darby. Looking towards the front of the net. Was unable to connect. Puck was forced out of the zone. Chasing after it is Aspromonte. Friars regrouping. Driving. Big poke check. Here comes Noah Bamonte, but he's forced to pull up. Wasn't able to get a shot off. Wanted DeFeo, who was circling in the slot, but DeFeo thinks twice of it after the Friars recover possession, at least temporarily. Doesn't make sense for the Knights to enter. Now DeFeo enters the fray. Dancing through. Two Friars. Tries to go through a third and a fourth. And finally taken away by Darby. DeFeo got a piece of it, but the Friars get the rest of it. DeFeo will chase after him. That was Savalos, who was forced to pull up, dropped it off. Here comes Munch on the backhand. His shot well wide, sailing off the glass. Now comes out of the zone after banding on it was Healy. Rescued, at least initially, by Schmickus, but now here come the Knights. Just bouncing that one off the wall. Recollecting. Fired towards the front. The call was for too many men. Again, the goal was scored by Ty Schmickus, assisted by Andrew Savalos and Aiden Poppy as that penalty expires. Friars nearly able to capitalize at even strength. They have possession in neutral. Re-entering was Lawler. He had it taken away. KPC loses it in transition, gets it back. They elect to regroup. Geekus with it now. Cutting right to left. Has the puck. Fires. That shot is gloved by Hujber. Friars fell to East Islip in dramatic fashion. 7-1 in their last meeting. They had opened the season 8-0. Meanwhile, KPC on a 2-game skid trying to avoid making it 3. They have won just 2 of their last 5. The face-off is won forward by the Friars. Knights recover it. St. Anthony's got it back. Pappy tried dropping it off. Puck comes out of the zone. Trezera moving it along, and that one got a little too fancy. The Knights took it away. It was dumped in on net. Hujber will cover under pressure from Costanzo. Taking a look at these JV standings. KPC sitting at 7th in this division. East Islip, who beat St. Anthony, sitting at 6. Face-off won initially by the Friars, but they couldn't get the zone exit. They're now forced to regroup. They get the zone exit. DeFeo now regrouping. Makes the stretch pass. Zone entry is botched. Knights will now have to reset. KPC gets it out of the zone. Chasing after it is Beaumonte, but instead the Friars had it and then eventually lose it. Foy opening up, looking for a pass. Knights end up going another direction with it. Entering is DeFeo. He dances towards center, forced to pull up. Lost it. Friars now. 3-on-1 developing. Here comes Darby. The outside. Shot! And that one turned aside by Ebley. Pass in the feet of Foy. He settles it. Beaumonte tried to enter, left it behind. Friars now have to recollect and really unable to settle it. The pass from Waterman was in the feet of a Friars defender. Knights reset, but they throw it away, and Patrick Darby will once again settle it. Knights were looking to change, forced back out to the ice, and now resetting yet again. Comes around the wall. St. Anthony's, that shot turned aside. Puck is loose. KPC gets away with it again. That one's thrown towards the front and ended up going off a Friar stick on a clearing attempt. It ends up being covered. 5:16 now remaining in this first period. Friars trail, or rather lead by 1. Face-off is tied up and eventually won forward by the Friars. Giacopi collects. Puck comes to the center, and that shot is turned aside. Ebley makes the easy stop. Face-off is won by the Friars. They will look to work this one around. Knights still looking for a clear. They exit, cutting up ice, and just not a lot of real estate for Kevin Schwartz. Whole lot of speed going nowhere fast. And now the Friars looking to answer that one ahead and just too much under it for McCormack to skate into a shot. And they score! The Friars find the back of the net. And this time, Giacoppi. That's his 6th of the year. It's 2-0 with 4:17 remaining in this first period. Faceoff is controlled by the Knights. They go D to D. Turnover is forced by the Friars. Nifty move. Forehand, backhand shot, and it's stopped by Ebley. Really nice move there from Savalos. His brother was the defenseman. Looks like the younger Savalos. Pretty much the opposite of his brother. Not that Daniel wasn't skilled, but more of a stay-at-home type. And right now, the Friars looking to circle. Lawler towards the front on the backhand of its intended target, Trezera. Knights can't get it clear. They go D to D. And Friars picked up their first loss on the 12th. They're back in action here tonight. You have to imagine there's a lot they want to get out of their system after that 7-1 walloping. Shot from the point is turned aside through traffic was blocked. Knights now looking the other direction. Late off sides, didn't matter. Friars cleared it out relatively quickly, but DeFeo forces it free, and it has to be rescued by Savalos. DeFeo's feet never stop moving, but as it's turned over, Kevin Schwartz looking towards the front. Friars now lose it. DeFeo collects, fires it in. Trezera couldn't secure it. Now KPC looking. Darby up the wall. 3-on-2. And the puck is just left behind. Not entirely sure what happened to Healy there, but Kevin Schwartz says, thank you very much. Looks for the clearing pass. And it's thrown away right to Darby. He re-enters. 1-on-2. Poked off his stick. Yekas loses it under pressure. So Darby gets a second chance. Walking in. Shot. That one off the end boards, and we get a whistle as Ebley covers up. Not a lot of stoppages. Get a couple minutes of uninterrupted action. It's now 2:10 remaining in the first period. Friars, well, the scoreboard finally gets to 2-0. It went to one. It was still 1-0 for a while. They got it to 1-1, which was not correct, and now it's a 2-0. We're all thinking about Turkey by now. This is just the last game on the docket. Icing is the call. Camastro in the faceoff circle for the Friars. False start. So we're going to reset. It'll be deja vu all over again to the left of Ebley. Camastro wins it. Racing after it was Joseph Cummings, who fired it back in, and now KPC looking to get the zone exit. They can't. Friars have possession, trying to settle it down. Under pressure is Robert Leno. That one's thrown towards the front. Second attempt, and they score! Robert Leno finds the back of the net, and the Friars are pouring them on here. That's Leno's third of the season. It's 3-0. 1:37 to go. That comes after a goal from Giacoppi that was assisted by Anthony Aspromonte and Gavin McCormack. 1:37 remaining. Friars are rolling on the LI Sports Network. Don't forget to follow at LI Sports Network on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can stay up to date with all the action happening around the league. And now, DeFeo wants to move it along to Bamonte. His shot turned aside. And the Friars will get the clear. Don't forget, we're always updating our story and posting game recaps, highlights, analysis, everything you could possibly ask for. You're really missing out if you're not following us. We even used to have a TikTok once, but then TikTok almost got banned, and that was the end of that. Friars get it up and out. Less than a minute to go. KPC in transition. Here comes Coyle. Throws it off the wall. Friars recollect. They enter on sides. They lose the puck. KPC gets it back, thrown towards the front on the back door, spinning away. Shot redirected. Still in play. Clock winding down. Friars looking for one last shot, maybe. Trying to find the back of the net. They're pouring them on late as that one's redirected. James with it now, and that one, we get a whistle. 17.2 seconds remaining. We're heading to the kill. The call goes against Michael Coyle. This sends the Friars to the power play, something that KPC couldn't have been hoping for as they win the draw. Look for the clear. Schwartz along the wall, ladles that one out. One-on-one opportunity for DeFeo. Back checker helping to keep him to the outside. Knights will kill off this period. But when we come back, start of the second period, still in the box. Michael Coyle for high sticking. It's 3-0 Friars.
To the races. A self-chip. Splits through the D. Is going to get a breakaway chance. Shoots and scores.
They were surging. Kearney, near point shot, goes wide. Now out in front, backhand shot, they score! It's Blaschuk!
Booth holding the spot for him, keeps it in. Self-chip off the wall. Booth out front to Wagner, they score!
Now McFadden, full head of steam in. McFadden want to move. McFadden scores!
And we're back on the LI Sports Network. Start of the second stanza. Friars on the power play, flying by KPC at every turn, and not a ton of players here tonight for KPC. They're missing a couple. Dylan Sattler currently listed as injured on line. Jackson Muller out. No Jake Coyle. No Christopher Pugh. Just a few bodies out that you would really prefer to have, including Carter Walkinger, 7 goals in 7 games, and a few others. But for the Friars, that's good news for them as they try to get back into the win column before they spend tomorrow watching football with the rest of us. Faced off is 1 back, but it's a false start. Friars had possession off the draw. They're on the power play. Puck is sent all the way down, so a good start to this kill for KPC. Friars get the zone entry. Nearly handcuffed Lawler. He steps in. That shot glances off the glass. It's going to be picked up by Healy. He moves it along. Friars looking to reset, walking in. Shot. That one's gloved by Ebley. It's 3-0. KPC is trailing. They're on the kill. Face-off is controlled by Savalos. KPC gets it out. Moving it along was Lawler. Friars will reset and look to re-enter. Firing, that shot well over the goal. Went off the glass, held in at the point. Friars just looking to reset and try to make something happen, but they throw it away. The puck goes out of the zone, rolls all the way back down. Penalty set to release in 10 seconds. One last chance. And that one was lost. Backhanded on net. It's covered by Ebley. Pretty much does it for the power play. And Friars will still get an offensive zone draw. It comes to the left of Ebley. Friars in maroon and gold. St. Anthony's in white, black, and yellow. I suppose it's gold, but felt like it was going to be a little redundant to say gold twice. Face-off is won by the Knights, and they will send that one all the way down. No icing on the play as the penalty now expires. Patrick Darby will recollect. Friars will chip that one in on the chase now. Back into the front, one-timer that never quite came together. Darby to the front. That one ends up in the feet of Lawler, and Ebley sprawls to the ice to cover it. So we get another stoppage. Friars win it and are forced out of the zone. Darby spinning away from pressure, carries it in. Forehand drags in, shot, turns side, rebound, they score! Patrick Darby makes it 4-0 with his second of the year. The Friars are flying, and KPC's on their heels with 12:35 remaining in the second stanza. Face-off is tied up. Friars getting it back now is Darby, his second of the season. KPC forcing a turnover. Coyle can't hold it. In transition, it's DeFeo, and that one's taken away as well. Now the Friars entering 2-on-2. It's the outside, spinning away from pressure. Looking towards the slot, but it's taken away. Coyle wants to headman it to DeFeo. He throws on the brakes. Throws that one towards the net. It's stopped. Rebound. Stick to side. Puck is still loose. Flying up ice was Munch, but it was poked off his stick, and now KPC looking for his own exit. They're pinned in their own corner. They get it out of the zone. Geekus will chase. Wins the race. Throws it towards the slot. There's no one there. KPC battling to hold it in. Puck comes out, and here come the Friars, 2-on-1. Backhand pass, that was just a little too fancy. Now on the back check is Leno. Waterman fires that one around the wall. Munch flips it up. St. Anthony's chip and chase. Leno, left wing corner now. Friars moving right to left this period, and we get a whistle and a penalty. KPC moving left to right. In a game that's been all Friars all the time, Harrison Waterman takes a trip to the sin bin. And with 11:01 remaining, 2 minutes on the clock, the question is, will the Friars be leading by 5 before we hit the 9-minute mark? Friars go D to D. That one's collected off the wall. Back to the top of the umbrella. Moving it along. Near the right wing dot. Puck comes back to the point. Walking in. Shot. That one's deflected out of play. Faceoff is won by KPC. Thrown up but not out of the zone. Friars under pressure. Bit of a tie up there. They wanted a hooking call. They won't get it. Some extracurriculars. We play on. St. Anthony's forced to regroup in their own zone. They wheel up ice. Cross the blue line. Lawler. Drop pass. And that one's out of the zone as well. Now Munch. Sets up, shot, turned aside. Rebound! No! It's rebound again! And they can't find the back of the net. Turning away, Lawler. Looking, drops it off. Friars could go D to D. Held on to it too long for that, and Munch giving it to Savalos. Back to Munch. One-timer, that one. High riser, well over the net, but might have gone through the uprights if there were any. That one's flipped up and out of the zone. Friars play it. Munch collects it. Munch moving in. Shot. That one doesn't really get much on it. DeFeo gets the clear. Puck rolls all the way down. A slow roller. And Hoosberg comes out to play it. 8 seconds remaining. Under pressure from Bamonte. Had to make a lot of moves there behind the goal. Friars will now carry it up ice. Fanning on that pass and then dangling in. A lot of stick handling there, and it's offsides. That was Gianluca Trezera. Head coach Keith Rance, assistant coaches Jay Schefter, Mark Sandback, and Stephen Fritz for the Friars. Friars on the other side, Robert Coco and Frank Paratori for KPC. That was chipped in by the Knights. They go D to D. Schwartz carrying right to left. Backhands that one up off the wall. KPC fires that shot. Caroming off the boards, and now beneath the goal line, throws to the front, a shot. They score! Delayed reaction. Noah Bamonte. He put Hoosberg, well, didn't have to put him on skates, but I'll tell you that much. He made him look silly. It's a goal for Bamonte, his first of the season. It's 4-1. First at the JV level for Bamonte. Congratulations to him. His team now trails by 3, but signs of life. head manning it, but too far ahead of DeFeo. Tried to poke that one free, was unable to get to it. And Matthew DeFeo hasn't found much today, but rest assured he will as Kevin Schwartz dances away from pressure. To the outside, looking to cut back in. Off the wall. Costanzo. Bamonte, the goal scorer, battling in the corner with Trezera. Comes to Schwartz, to the front. A shot! And they score! Back-to-back goals! And this time around, who else but Matthew DeFeo? That is his 7th of the season in as many games. He has 11 points, and with 7:37 to go in this second stanza, it's a 4-2 hockey game. 2 goals for the Knights. Coming in a very short span of time. I thought that ends up being, I'm not a math guy, so apologies for this taking a minute, but it ended up being 46 seconds apart. It's a 2-goal game, and KPC, all of a sudden, and the Friars are having flashbacks to their last matchup. That shot on goal is turned aside. They lost that one 7-1. It was surprising because, well, they hadn't lost before then. And now here comes KPC. Wednesday night, day before Thanksgiving. They've given up 4 unanswered, and all of a sudden they come roaring right back. Walking in on Ebley, but unable to make much happen there. Friars will regroup. That goal from DeFeo assisted by Schwartz and Bamonte. Friars holding it at the line. Trying to penetrate the soft area of the ice, unable to get there. With possession was Leno. It comes back to the point. Fired back in by Cummings. Whips around the wall where it is collected by Cabastro. He has it taken away. Errant pass by the Knights sends the Friars back on the attack. And then covered by Leno. He tried sending it towards the front. Tries kicking it towards the goal. Not sure that would have counted if it had gone in. Friars still pressing. Off the end boards. Jackson Muller throws it around. Held in. Shot redirected, and it goes just wide. KPC, here they come. Just going to chip. Elect to chase. They chase too far. Knights in the middle of a change. Lucky to avoid an odd man rush hitting the other way or a too many men penalty. On the forecheck, it's recovered by Landman. Towards the slot. That one comes out to the point. Shot from Waterman, well wide. Now Schwartz. He steps into one. That's gloved by Hoosberg. And after a lot of pressure from the Knights, it has to feel good for Hoosberg to get his glove on one. Friars initially had control of the draw. Knights forced it free. DeFeo beneath the goal line. Bamonte. Friars 3-on-2. They enter, throwing on the brakes, walking in towards the left wing dot. Waller pivots and fires. That one off the wall. DeFeo thought he was going to get it. Ends up with the teammate that had passed to Schwartz that was behind him. Feo tried to force that one free. Friars, now they have a chance, but there's a whistle. Face-off is won back by KPC. They enter. Schwartz, however, was unable to hold on to it, and now here comes St. Anthony's in transition. Battle for possession right around the Knights' blue line. Schwartz getting a little aggressive there before realizing he's a defenseman. And here's another defenseman. Munch tried to dangle past Schwartz. Schwartz had seen that move before. Breaks that one up. DeFeo, 1-on-3. Escape turn. Off the ball to the point. Puck comes out of the zone. And thrown off the wall again. Schmick has had it. Now St. Anthony's enters. Play was broken up. Munch fires off the bar. No, does not go in. Went off the pipe, nearly hit the netminder, and now 1-on-1. DeFeo dangles, fires. No, denied. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Both teams trading odd man rushes, and that doesn't seem like it's going to change. Another shot, that one wide of the goal. Coyle in the corner. Knights recover. Lead pass. Schwartz fires outside. That's gloved right in the breadbasket of Hudgeber. .328 remaining in the second stanza. In the circle is Geekus. Tied up. Landman collects it. Whips around. Friars eventually settle it, looking to get the zone exit. They get it out of the zone. They don't have possession. They're going to just chip it in that time. That was Gavin McCormick. Muller played it. Friars came away with it. Backhanded towards the slot. It's loose, free, and sent towards the net again. Ends up in the corner. Muller throws it around. Held in. Friars looking to get to work and trying to move it to the slot again, but the Knights are collapsing. And when you don't take what the ice gives you and you try to force that one in through four bodies, it's typically not going to work, and that's what the Friars are learning in real time. Friars have regained control. They've re-entered, and it's Trezera who ended up popping an off shot from the point. Ends up stopped by Ebley. He'll cover that one. The Friars, pretty much a full roster here tonight. 15 skaters. On the other side, you got KPC. They got 11. One goalie. Face-off is one back. KPC. Stretch pass is an icing. Face-off comes all the way back down. Face-off is one back by KPC. DeFeo dances past one defender, looking to dance past the second. Fires a shot. That's blocked. Knights recover to the slot. A shot. That one goes just wide. Pinching in to DeFeo. A shot. Short side. And he scores! Back to back to back for the Knights. And Matthew DeFeo's 8th goal of the season makes this a 4-3 game with 2:55 to go. DeFeo has 3 points tonight. Belmonte has 2. Dominic Costanzo picks up an assist on that one. And ever since that fourth Friars goal, disaster has struck. KPC within striking distance. Here come the Friars. To the outside. SCHSHL looking towards the front. Doesn't like what he sees. Holds it, throws it off the back of the net. Still battling for it, but KPC comes away with it. That stretch pass goes all the way down. Rolls beneath the goal line. We get a whistle and an icing. DeFeo and co. trying to will their way past the Friars team that had only lost one game coming into tonight. And now a couple bad bounces away from maybe dropping their second straight. Friars looking towards the front. That one was broken up. Can't get the clear. Spinning back around the wall. Strong play by Lawler. But eventually rescued by DeFeo. He has to take it away. A turnover. Friars trying to get that one to the front of the net. No such luck. Comes out towards the point. Quick little turn thrown off the wall by SCHSHL. Healy lost it. Puck comes up the wall. Walks in. Play was broken up. KPC takes it away. 2-on-1. Here they come. Costanzo fires, shot, redirected. It's loose and free. Comes back out towards the slot. Couple nifty moves from Munch. DeFeo trying to break that one up, but instead it's carried forward by Savalos. He tries to split the defense. Ends up being covered by Ebley. Two straight for Matthew DeFeo. He scores one more in a row. He has a natural hat trick. Face off won by KPC. Kevin Schwartz now. Long pass to DeFeo. He comes in under pressure. Tried spinning away. Strong defensive play. We get a whistle and a penalty going against the Friars. And it's Ryan Palladino who will head to the box. .58 seconds remaining. Friars win the draw. They throw it all the way down. KPC forced to reset. They're one goal away from tying this, less than a minute to go in this period. Puck is carried into the zone. On the rush. Knights, Schwartz, backhanding it towards the front. Looking for the wraparound. Can't find it. Shot! One-timer will go for Coyle. Friars recover. Trying to fire that one down. They do. Coming out to play it is Ebley. DeFeo picks it up. No time to waste. Cutting up ice. Jukes to Friars. Hands that one off. And Coyle in turn gets handcuffed. And that's how the second period will end. 4-3 after 2. But KPC's on the power play. And they got 3 in a row. Don't go anywhere. Third period action coming up next on the LI Sports Network.
Good move here by Aravena. Fire scores! Cesar Aravena.
Maresca trying to clear as the Lions are in a little bit of trouble on this ship. Another turnover. Pass out in front. Watching her. Saved by Nasarino.
And a Carpich. Khan drops it back. Possession the name of the game here. Plenty of open space to work with. Massarella chases behind. And Carpich leads the rush. Cuts across. Hits Khan to the backhand. He scores!
We're back for the start of the third and potentially final period. Knights down by 1. Friars have possession off the draw. They throw it up the wall. It's collected by Coyle. He'll inch in. Puck comes to the point. That shot turned aside. Rebound pops out. Thrown towards the front. Friars say thank you very much, and they throw it all the way down. Get a whistle. We're going to wait and see why it was blown. I don't think there's a penalty. Looks like they blew it dead for icing, so they're just going to set up the face-off in the defensive zone. One back by the Friars, but they win it back too far. Under pressure. Reversing it. Munch. Looking up ice. Crossed the red line. Had it poked away, but got it back and enters offsides. Face-off is won back by KPC. Or maybe not. Face-off is won back by KPC. Stretch pass to the far side. We're all even, of course, and Knights now looking to find their way back into this one. Call on the ice actually waiting for it now as this face-off is controlled by the Friars. That one's out of play. APC wins the draw, and away we go after that face-off at center. Friars go D to D. That was now escorted out of the zone. Leno had it. DeFeo said, I'll take that. Now he's regrouping. Striking down the middle, carrying it towards the outside. Beneath the goal line, thrown towards the front. It's loose in the slot, comes back out towards the point. The rebound was right there. It was thrown away out of the zone by the Friars. Now Schwartz under pressure. 2 Friars on him. Pulls up. Stretches the ice with the saucer pass. Darby takes it away. He enters. Dangling towards center. Partial 1-on. Oh, that shot over the net as well. Dangerous decision by Schwartz, and nearly did it again as he escorted that one towards the front. He throws that one off the wall. DeFeo inching in. Fires. He scores! A natural hat trick for Matthew DeFeo. 9 goals on the season, 3 here tonight, and we're all tied up at 4-4 with 12:40 to go in the third period. And the Friars are getting flashbacks to November 12th. At risk of dropping their second straight this season against the Friars team with just against a Knights team with just 6 players on the bench at any given time. Face-off is controlled by the Friars. These are the type of games that can make or break seasons. And here they come, dropped off Landman. That shot from the point is gloved. Just a floater that was easily gloved by Hujberend. Matthew DeFeo has been lighting this league up from developmental to freshman and now to JV for the last few years. Been dominant at every level. And now trying to lead KPC to an improbable comeback victory after falling down 4-0. Landman had it, lost it. Costanzo couldn't get to it. Friars entering. That one's poked away. It's loose. Now it's out of the zone. KPC gives it away. That was Landman. Now the Friars struggling to settle it. Nicholas Lawler will dump that into the corner. Older brother Chris won a state title with East Islip, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, the younger one goes to St. Anthony's. 11:44 remaining. And like I said, these are the type of games that can make or break seasons. They really can. You know, you go through a rough patch and sometimes you bounce back. Sometimes it's exactly what you needed, but other times it's the beginning of the end. And if the Friars come back and win here tonight, it'll be the former. And if not, it could very well end up being the latter. Coyle looking to stretch the ice. Turned over, Friars. Lose it. Puck comes up. Now out. Landman will chip, trying to chase. Munch angles him off. Delia tried to get that one. Puck comes out into neutral. 2-on-2. Nice move. Dangling in, but no luck for Stavalos, who made some really nice plays there now. Friars regrouping. Timothy Cecilia was chasing that time. A puck came up out of the zone. Skipped the stick of Waterman. Savalos couldn't get to it. Waterman finally settles it down. Puck comes out of the zone. DeFeo got a piece of it. Friars got the rest of it. Munch enters. Had it poked away. Lawler fires right in the breadbasket of Ebley. Faceoff is tied up. One forward by the Friars. That one was sent towards the net. Puck came up and out of the zone. St. Anthony's driving that shot. Turned aside by Ebley. Towards the front again. Rebound. Skips the stick of Aspromonte. Friars regrouping, trying to push here. Back in the corner. Schwartz under pressure from Aspromonte. Diminutive Knights defender. Looks like he's getting the better of that matchup, but isn't getting the support. Puck comes out into the corner. Now to the point. Shot. Redirected. Second chance doesn't come. Friars still circling. Still looking, and that one put into the opposite corner. Now KPC. Can they stretch the ice? Nice behind the back pass, and then Cecilia throws it away. DeFeo will now chase. And the Friars. Munch enters. That one gets caught in the sticks. Gates of a defender. Munch recovers. Fires that one off the paddle of Ebley. He has to pick up a stick. Does so. And there's going to be a tripping call that goes against KPC. And on the verge of an improbable comeback, but now they have to kill off the 2-minute penalty. And this might mean that KPC's best hope in this game, especially with such a short bench, is to survive until overtime. And the penalty is to Timothy Cecilia. 2 minutes on the penalty, 9:06 remaining in the third period. So more time actually on the clock than I thought. I don't know where my mind was going. Already skipping ahead of Thanksgiving, I suppose. Face off is one to Darby. He'll dart in. Circles. Moves it to the point for Munch. Oh, that was out of the zone. Yep. And that's offsides. Face off, tied up, thrown all the way down by the Knights. Landman blows the tire, goes crashing into the net. No effect on the play. One ref will check. If the net's okay, as Darby tries to split. Ebley got a piece of it. Puck is now loose in the slot. Thrown back out. It will skip. Dart around a little bit, and then Munch will collect it before it hits the goal line. Friars entering. That shot turned aside. Rebound is free. Another shot. That one's also turned aside. Puck comes out of the zone. Regrouping now and trying to make something happen here as it comes back towards the point. That one turned aside as well. Friars circling, but the quality of shots has mainly been to the outside. Friars entering. Munch walking in. That shot redirected. Ramps up and out of play. 24 seconds remaining on the penalty. 7:30 remaining in the game. The tripping minor that has thus far not bitten the Knights, but very little time left and still enough for it to be an issue. Face-off is tied up. Knights up but not out. Thrown towards the front. Play is broken up, and now leading is DeFeo. 2-on-1. Back checker with him. DeFeo across. That one was broken up. Tried to recover it. He has. Still under pressure, though, and Friars, with the extra support, are able to escape with possession. DeFeo had a chance. Friars have a 3-on-2. To the outside and cutting back in, circling, thrown towards the slot. Here's the shot. It's off. It's target. It's Pappy. Thrown towards the front again. And that shot is gobbled up by Ebley. 6:54 now remaining in this third period. Back and forth we go on the LI Sports Network, your home for all Suffolk County High School Hockey League action. Don't forget to follow the @LI Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest game recaps, highlights, and analysis. We're always posting to our story. 6:54 now remaining. Jack Ziskin with you on the LI Sports Network, as well as my amazing producer, Wally Mitchell, on site here in Hauppauge. Face-off is one. KPC whipped around the wall. Now the Friars looking for it. Knights come away with it. A lot on that one that Landman sets down, gets a bit of a open ice collision, but neither party goes down on that contact with Trezere. Now Waterman has to chase. Really aggressive forecheck from the Friars, but Kevin Schwartz rescues it for KPC. He's under pressure now. Leno in the corner. He's joined by Puppies. That shot is turned aside. Waterman just throws it around the wall. Puck comes out of the zone. So KPC on their heels a little bit in this third period. It's a big poke check, but the puck is not secured. Canastro dangling towards the slot. Put it there. Once fired off the boards, out of play all the way down. But not far enough for icing. That one ends up with Muller. Puck comes up and out of the zone, goes all the way down. Attempted clear, broken up. Dangling in, DeFeo's shot is gloved. DeFeo in the circle. Clock is winding down on what was once an uncompetitive game and now is going to go down to the wire. DeFeo winning the battle. Dangling away from pressure. Comes to the point. It's held in by Coyle. Recovering is Palladino. He looks up ice. Held in by Coyle, at least for now. But unable to keep it is Costanzo. So the Friars have a little bit of time and space to maneuver with, and more than KPC would like, certainly. Friars entering. Dangling play is broken up. Good play by Muller to get in the way of Aspromonte. Pass comes across. Knights push it into the zone. Chasing after it is Costanzo. Comes back out. St. Anthony's. They have time. 4:30 remaining now. Puck comes out of the zone. Knights forced to reset. DeFeo. Across. And that's offsides. Now we get a whistle on stoppage, so we'll take a quick break on the LI Sports Network. And why don't you use this time to follow the LI Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. 4:13 remaining in the third period. 4 apiece. Friars, Knights, going down to the wire. So after the timeout, face-off comes just outside the Friars zone. DeFeo in the circle. It's won back by St. Anthony's. They look to inch up ice. Lead pass, but the ice is tightened up and Lawler is angled off the puck. Turned over along the wall. Friars will recollect. Holding it in, at least for now, is Darby. But it's forced free. DeFeo. Darby hot on his tail. It's a foot race. He throws on the brakes. Doesn't enter. Does a nice job that time, but wasn't on the same page. And now Schwartz pulls up along the half wall. His shot, just whipping it around the wall. Now they'll chase on the opposite side. Ekus was unable to hold it in. Friars regrouping here as they re-enter Savalos. His shot kicked out by Ebley. Thrown to the slot, one-timer, fanned on it. Puck goes down, but it'll be played by Hudgebar. Landman will chase Lamonti, trying to get in Darby's way, unable to do so. Darby dances and prances and loses the puck. Coyle ahead. Lamonti backhands that one in. He'll chase against Munch. Foot race for it. Lamonti forcing it into the opposite corner. Friars still pressing here. Puck comes out of the zone. Backhanded ahead. Ekus on net. Lamonti provides just enough pressure for Hudgebar to cover. The clock is winding down and time is running out for either team to score before the end of regulation. The faceoff is won by DeFeo. He pushes forward, circling, looking for a pass. Fires it across, but can't connect with Bamonti, and Monty throws it towards the net. DeFeo recovers, back off the wall. Point, Coyle, back to DeFeo. Across, Bamonti in the slot. Shot, not enough on it. Puck came up and out of the zone. Now regrouping. Good job by Landman on the back check, but the clock keeps ticking and both teams at risk of heading to overtime. DeFeo ahead. That pass to no one in particular. Regrouping, re-entering. St. Anthony's trying to make something happen here, but currently unable to do so. A lot of skating and pushed forward. 2-on-2 to the outside, spinning away from pressure. Puck comes back out towards the point, shot, and it's gloved by Ebley. And there really isn't much to write home about here. It's more a battle to see who's going to blink first because, to be candid, with 1:20 remaining, there wasn't a lot going on that shift. Face-off is one back. Lawler fires that off his own teammate. Ebley tried to cover it but couldn't. Thrown off the wall all the way down. We get a whistle and an icing. That's all there is to it. Face-off is controlled, but we get a whistle. The face-off will be back to the right of Ebley. The play will not otherwise be affected other than the fact that we'll have to be redone. Tied up, Knights reversing it to the weak side. Puck comes up, puck comes out. Kevin Schwartz to the outside. Pulls up in the corner. Savalos now collects. He makes an escape turn, throws it. Ends up Munch. He pulls away. DeFeo tying him up. But Munch gets away with it. Here they come, Friars. Across. That pass is deflected. It's loose in the slot. A shot. That's blocked. Puck comes up, but not out of the zone. Walking in is Munch. 25 seconds remaining. Firing. That one goes wide. Glances off the glass. It's held in by Darby. Darby will press. And he scores! And that's all she wrote. A shot that was deflected off the stick of Darby. He had one goal coming in tonight. He has twice as many now. 3 on the season, 18.8 to go, and St. Anthony's will survive. I said it earlier, this is the type of game that can make or break a season depending on how it goes. It's going the right way. at least for now, for the Friars. Still a little bit of time left, 15 seconds now as Coyle crosses the blue line, flips that one on goal, but we get a whistle for offsides. Either way, just what a terrific game we've seen here tonight at the rinks in Hauppauge. An absolute pleasure. Face-off is outside the circle. Pushed forward. Fired down. Will roll to the goal line. It's going to do it here as the Friars will escape with a 5-4 win on Wednesday night, and that will do it on the LI Sports Network. It might have been too close for comfort for the Friars, but they escape with a 5-4 win. For my incredible producer, Wally Mitchell, my name is Jack Ziskin. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight on the LI Sports Network. I hope you all enjoy your day off. Personally, I'll be working tomorrow, but I'm glad I got to spend tonight with you guys, and I always enjoy coming back and calling these games. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining us. Final score 5-4 in favor of St. Anthony's. We'll see you next time on the LI Sports Network. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.